So this year, I finally turned 50. So although we have a financial plan that we're working towards, investing in paper assets and physical assets, it was only a few short years ago we changed our mindset and started doing that and planning for our financial future. So I thought to myself, what if somebody got to 50 and hadn't put together a retirement plan? So here's some of the things we actually did as part of our financial plan and in our planning towards retirement. And hopefully it'll give you some ideas too. A few short years ago, I finally decided to focus more on wealth building for the future and planning to fund our retirement. My wife and I enjoy working hard and have fulfilling careers that supported a decent lifestyle. But we started thinking more about retirement and how we were going to fund that. I myself love my work as a contractor and will happily work forever, but I need to do that on my own terms and with the security that my family's financial future is not at risk if something happened. After all, I was fast approaching 50 and I had done no planning for my retirement. And I'm not alone in this. According to the Federal Reserve in the US, only a third of Americans feel they have enough planning for their financial future. So that means over 200 million Americans are not financially prepared for retirement. That's a scary thought. So what did we do? Some steps were small, some a bit bigger, but they all had a positive impact. So the first thing we did was undoubtedly the hardest and took the most effort, and this was to look at all of our expenses in the house. So we wrote down all of our expenditures, drew up a budget, and made the cuts when we needed to. Yeah, it was boring, but it had to be done. So the first thing we did was go over all of our bank accounts, credit cards, any subscriptions we had, and worked out where our money was going on a monthly basis. It was quite an eye-opener. For example, on our TV services, we were spending over $600 a year. Our gym, our internet services, our cell phone provider, none of these were negotiated for years. We had purchased clothes and shoes, some of which we never even wore. I myself had spent $4,300 on collectibles. These are items in boxes that you can't take out because they lose their value. So I just saw them in the basement. But ultimately we managed to highlight hundreds of dollars a month that we could either replace or remove. Some became delayed gratification, others were scaled back. Now we didn't go crazy. We work hard and we want to enjoy a good quality of life. But we also understand that some sacrifices have to be made for the greater family wealth. And it's also wealth for time, not just wealth of money. So once we've done all that boring work and had a budget, we finally had some funds every month that we could invest. This became our working capital. So the next thing we did is we opened up an investment account. Now most people of my age will probably have them, but we hadn't had one up until this point. So investment account is essentially just a box to put all your investments in. They call it a savings account, but it really is not a savings account. It is an investment account. It's designed to grow your money, and your money won't grow in a savings account, not long term anyway. Now some of these accounts are just cash accounts. You put money in, you make money, you pay taxes on that, in the same way as you get taxed on your salary. But some accounts have some special tax incentives and really are quite amazing. In the US, you'll have a 401k or a Roth IRA, which is designed to put some of your salary in, which you can then withdraw on your retirement date, the less tax bracket. Here in Canada, we have an account called a TFSA, it's a tax-free savings account. Again, it's an investment account, not a savings account, that's a bit of a confusion. But you essentially put money into this account when you get paid, so you really pay taxes on that money, and as it goes into your TFSA, it can then grow and compound tax-free. So all your earnings over time will be tax-free. So any one of these accounts can be opened up at your bank or any financial institution, and they'll give you advice based on your goals. For example, we have 4 investment accounts. Each one has different benefits and has a different long-term goal. Once I learned all the basics, I soon realized I would need more than one, because again, they have different tax benefits and different long-term goals. But once you have your investment account opened, the easy part is you can just deposit money from your checking account in your bank straight into your investment account. When I did this for the first time, I actually set up an auto deposit for each month. The same amount would go into the investment account without me even thinking. And over time, as your mindset grows towards investing, you'll probably find your deposits will grow as well. So with our budget done and our investment account set up and some money going in each month, we realized approaching 50, we would like to catch up a bit. Ultimately, we want to invest more money each month, so those compound gains would be greater. So if you find yourself in the same position, you have a few options to hand. You could look for a raise at work, perhaps you want to move up the corporate ladder. You could also leave your job and find a better paying job elsewhere. Both these options didn't work for us, as I have my own business and my wife loves her career. So we decided to start a side hustle that would produce the funds that we could reinvest. So initially, I decided to sell some of my collectibles. I decided to let them go for the greater good. We could use the funds from the sale of those and invest them into our investment account. The way I saw it, I could always buy them back in the future when funds allowed, but for now, they were much more value as funds. But But after doing some research on eBay, Facebook Marketplace, I found a lot of the same kind of collectibles that were undervalued. So I decided to buy some and sell them. Making some decent profits on these, I expanded my search into home theatre equipment and Blu-rays, another passion of mine. With these items, I have enough interest to know a good deal when I see it, and able to buy and sell at a profit. And all in all, I wasn't spending more than 2 hours a week searching and selling these items. This was a great fit for me, but there are so many side hustle ideas out there. From internet-based ones, giving lessons, mystery shopper, making crafts on demand, the list is endless. In fact, you could Google the best side hustle ideas and work out what's more appealing to you. Perhaps it's something linked to your hobby or your interests. Just think, if you can monetize a hobby or an interest for yourself, you could really fund your investment account. And there are so many platforms out there you can use. Etsy, Fiverr, eBay, Facebook Marketplace. You could even go the old-fashioned route and just get yourself a part-time job. Whatever will fund your investment account and help build your future. As I said at the beginning, I'm happy to work and earn forever, but securing my family's financial future is very important to me. When thinking of retirement, most people should think of a date and incorporate that into your financial plan. You can use a retirement calculator online and work out backwards how much you'll need to invest each month to hit your date. You may find that the monthly amount to invest each month to hit your date may be too high, and I would ask you to consider delaying your retirement. This is very important, and I'll explain why. By delaying your retirement by a few short years, this will allow you more time to invest and prepare, but it will also allow your funds to compound greater. With the addition of a few short years and the extra value you'll put into your investment account, with the compounding effect, you could double your account. And remember, the account won't just grow by the money you invest and the compound interest. It could also potentially be tax-free. When we did our retirement plan and used a retirement calculator, it was a real eye-opener. We were able to play with dates and target age and how we could maximize our gains, and it was amazing what we could do with the value of the fund. So we've made the mindset change, we've done a budget, we've earned some money, we've opened up an account, and now we're ready to invest, finally. But what did we invest into? Apple? Tesla? Bitcoin? There are literally tens of thousands of companies and investments you can invest into. But here's some of the things that we found out initially. After doing some thorough research, I found that ETFs, exchange traded funds, were my first choice. These were essentially baskets of well-known companies. And when you purchase it, you're actually purchasing a very small part of each of those companies. As these companies grow and make profit, as a part owner, you get a small proportion of that profit. And even better, these baskets will hold hundreds of companies, really mitigating your risk to the market. If some companies aren't doing so well, other companies will be doing better, and it helps spread out the risk. There are major brokers out there, like Vanguard and BlackRock, that will hold billions if not trillions of funds that you can participate and grow your money with. These companies will have dozens, each one focused on a different part of the market, whichever your risk tolerance is. Now, it must be clear, this is not financial advice for you to do the same. But looking at the history of these and seeing the low risk to the market, they were a perfect choice for me, especially as I was starting out. Now, as our confidence and experience with the stock market has grown, we've invested in other stocks and shares. But to this day, we still hold our ETFs, and they're a great part of our portfolio. So reaching 50 without a retirement plan is definitely not the end of the world. In fact, it could just be the beginning of the next exciting chapter in your family's life as you plan to retire wealthy and healthy.